Hello, my name is Kwong. I created the Add1Challenge more than 2.5 years ago, and after helping thousands of language learners around the world to hold a 15-minute conversation with native speaker in just 90 days, I realized that many language learners face similar or the same struggles and challenges just like us, which is great because we are not alone. If you feel like you hit a plateau and you're not happy with your progress, you may feel discouraged, you may feel your motivation is slowly going out the window, and you're increasingly frustrated because you're putting the time to study and you really want to progress, but you're stuck and you're not sure what to do next. Sometimes you even doubt if everything you've learned up to this point means anything, or if you should just give up altogether. Now, if this situation sounds like yours, the first thing I like to say is that I understand and you're not alone. We all go through this when we're learning to speak a language. The funny thing about plateau and progress in language learning is that it's not a straight linear line, meaning that someday you can understand everything that a native speaker is saying to you and you can respond quickly and fluently. So you feel really good about yourself. You go like, yes, I'm making progress. Then the next day, you don't understand a thing. And you can't even say a simple sentence. So it's really hard to tell if you're progressing or you're plateauing or not. Plus, you never know when is the exact moment that everything's going to come together and click in your brain that you can feel like, oh, I can speak. You never know when that exact moment is going to come. So how can you deal with that? The key is, instead of pondering if you're making good enough progress or wondering if you're in a plateau or not, focus on putting learning one day at a time and trust that as long as you keep doing that while having fun with learning, the breakthrough will come. And that's how you can powerfully deal with the progress and plateau in language learning. So you might be wondering, how can the Add1Challenge help you with that? Here's how. Now, this proven Add1 system structure is designed to do three things. Number one, push you out of your comfort zone a little bit at a time. Most of us usually like to do what's comfortable, but the magic is right outside of our comfort zone. So if you like to take your language learning to the next level, you gotta at least be willing to step outside of your comfort zone. So how do we do that? For example, we ask you to make a video. I know it's not comfortable, but the benefit of making a video is huge. First, it gets you outside of your comfort zone. Second, it gets you to start speaking when you're recording where you start on day 0. When you're recording your progress, you get to document your progress. Our mind is very good at finding evidence that we're not good enough, and we don't have a very good memory about our progress. If on day 60 you wonder if you have made any progress, you can look back on your day 0 video and you can tell, oh, I made this much progress. That's why we ask you to make day 0 video and day 30 and day 60 progress videos. It can also hold you accountable. How? If you say you're going to do something but you don't tell anybody about it, and if you stop doing it, who's going to know? Nobody, right? Which is why we ask you to make a video, and at least you can share it with your Add1 community so other people can see you that you're taking on this challenge so we can hold each other accountable. Now, Tita just posted her day 90 video, and this is what she had to say about going outside of the comfort zone. The Add1Challenge has been fantastic, mostly because it made me go way out of my comfort zone in so many ways. Making this video was one of them. When I learned English as a kid, it took me 15 years to get past my silent phase. As a university student, it took me 3 years to start speaking Italian. So it's been fantastic to start speaking German in a few weeks. Now, this is what pushing yourself to go outside of your comfort zone can do to move you closer to your goal of having that 15-minute conversation with a native speaker. Number 2 is to hold you accountable. Now, there will be times that you won't feel like studying, or there will be times that you don't want to speak. Now, one of the ways of how we can hold each other accountable is the accountability tracking sheets. Based on your schedule, you tell us how many days out of the week you study and for how long per day. For example, 5 days a week, 45 minutes a day. Now, after you finish your studying each day, you log into our Add1 community site and you put in your yay in the accountability tracking sheet. This is one of the many ways how we can hold each other accountable in the Add1Challenge. The Add1 system is also designed to stimulate community interaction by integrating assignments, mastermind group, study group, and mini challenges. For example, in mini challenge number 2, you'll be put into small teams and you'll be making sentences that you'd like to learn how to say. For example, Maureen said, "My husband is German," so she's learning how to say "my husband is German" in Japanese. And you can see her teammates are writing sentences too. Angela, "I really like to dance." She's learning Russian. This team has 1,738 points. This is just one of many ways how we stimulate community interaction so it's more fun and effective for everybody. So the Add1 system structure is designed to push you out of your comfort zone, hold you accountable, and stimulate community interaction so that we can move closer toward the 15-minute conversation with a native speaker on day 90. Now, because of the proven Add1 system and structure, the Add1 community can thrive. So no matter if you are a super experienced language learner or you just learned your first ever foreign language, through the assignments, mastermind group, study group, and mini challenges, you have the opportunity to participate and contribute by sharing resources, bouncing ideas off from other language learners, share your struggles and victories, and get support and encouragement. Now, don't get me wrong, no one will learn for you, but it will just make it so much easier to get through the days when we don't feel like studying, to get the support we need to break through your plateau or your fear of speaking. Learning this way is just a lot more effective and fun. When we add the Add1 system and structure with the Add1 community, that's when consistent learning happens. And when we learn consistently, together as a community, while supporting each other, that's how breakthrough result happens for so many previous Add1Challenge participants. It's a community-based language learning experience, which is why the Add1Challenge works. And here's what other language learners have to say about the experience of the Add1Challenge.
Hi everyone, my name's Maureen and I'm here to just make a review video about the Add1Challenge because I've done it several times now. I think it's about 5 times. And the reason why I like it is because of the structure. You give yourself targets, so if you want to study for 60 minutes a day or just what I do, 30 minutes a day for 5 days a week, that's the minimum you can do on the challenge, and it really doesn't impact on your routine too much. I actually did Chinese for the last one, and after having done so many European languages and having never touched the Asian languages at all, I really wanted to learn one, and because I was going to China anyway, I thought, well, now was a good time to try and learn some Chinese. I did have the confidence from seeing other native English speakers learn Chinese and make the video at the end of the challenge. But I was thinking after 90 days, making a 15-minute conversation video with a native speaker was always fine for me in a European language, but I didn't know if I'd be able to do it with Chinese. But I did surprise myself and I was able to do it in the end, and actually I was able to have a 30-minute conversation in the end when the 90 days was up. So it worked very well for me. So I think I'd just like to say, for anyone who's thinking of joining the Add1Challenge, I would highly recommend it.
I highly recommend it if you have told yourself in the past that you wanted to learn a language and that you'll put it aside. Oh, I'll start tomorrow, I'll start next week. I think I'd say this challenge is for you because you're put in a community where everyone keeps track of each other. Like for me, we have this mastermind groups where I'd send messages to my group members and see how their progress is going, why they haven't updated. It gives you a way to make sure you're putting in your time for your language learning. It's definitely a self-accountability kind of thing, but you also have that community to help you even when you can. And even if life comes in the way, the community will be there to support you. I just wanted to be able to talk to people in a different language, and that's definitely what this challenge will get you to do.
I definitely recommend it for anyone who is wanting to start a language or work on a language. I started out knowing pretty much nothing about the language I was studying, and at the end of the challenge, my goal, which I completed, was had a 15-minute conversation, actually a longer conversation, in Russian, which the more I think about it is crazy. I mean, it's ridiculous that I couldn't say 2 words in Russian, and now I've actually spoken to a Russian person for 15 minutes, which is the point of the challenge, that, I never would have believed that that was possible. It was great, definitely valuable and worthwhile, and I doubt I would have made as much progress as I did without it. So thank you, everybody in the challenge.
And then having the community in the Add1Challenge was really great, because you were just sharing the same experience, and you guys were also sharing the same struggles. And then just by knowing that, hey, you're not alone, I feel you, I know what you're going through, let's just, let's support each other. And it really, really helps. So for me, it was great being in the community. It was a big incentive to continue and not just give up. And there's so many cool people in the Add1Challenge, really funny, crazy, cheesy people that just cheers you up with their presence. It's just really cool. So I really, really had a great experience, and I would recommend it to everybody to just join the Add1Challenge.
I went to South America last year and I fell in love with the language and the people. So I came back and I started studying Spanish. I read a lot of textbooks. I had a tutor for a while too. But I never really actually had any conversations. And that probably was the biggest thing that I was struggling with, was my ability to produce the skills that I had learned and the information that I had in my head. I couldn't use it. I couldn't understand what people were saying when they would speak to me. I couldn't say what I wanted to say, even though I knew exactly how to write it. I couldn't speak it. So I saw that the Add1Challenge, the applications were closing the next day, and I decided to jump on board. And I'm really, really glad I did, because my experience during the challenge was amazing. I met so many people that were really inspiring and motivating. What I would take away from the Add1Challenge, the biggest thing, is confidence. I took away confidence from the challenge. That's exactly what I was looking for and what I needed in order to start talking to people and having conversations. And I would recommend it to anyone who, whether you're a beginner or you've been studying for a while, it doesn't matter. It's a really good thing to do. It's probably the best thing you can do for your language learning journey.
You also have a chance to win a flight ticket to your target language country. Really? Yes, really. Over the past year, we've already given away more than $4,000 worth of flight tickets to our Add1Challenge winners. One flew to India. No, actually, that one's about to fly to India. One flew to China, Turkey, Italy, and that one's about to fly to China. So yes, if you can fly to the country that you love, that's why you learn a language, right? And you can eat the local food, and you can smell the air, you can experience the culture, and interact and connect with the locals with your newfound language skills that you just learned in the past 90 days. How cool would that be? If this sounds great for you, I invite you to join us. Life is not going to stop for 3 months for you to make the progress that you want to make in this language. So there's no perfect time. If speaking this language is important to you, I invite you to join us today. We have a 30-day money-back guarantee and a 90-day money-back guarantee. If you fulfill all the Add1Challenge completion requirements and you're still not happy with your result 90 days later, let me know and I'll send you your money back plus an extra $10. So with these two guarantees, you really have nothing to lose to take on the Add1Challenge. So join us. We're closing in a few days and we have limited spots, so click the apply button below and I look forward to learning to speak a language with you together.